Hello beautiful people, and welcome back to a fantastic episode in which we're gonna test 5 different setups for the tanks, including of course the new army hero, which is Marv. And for each of these setup, we're actually gonna do 20 battles in order to get a solid average march performance. And of course we're gonna rank these marches based on their performance. So what marches are we gonna test today? We're gonna test Poe with Marv and Snake Eyes. Then you're gonna see Poe with Striker and Snake Eyes. Then you're gonna see Neely with Shinji and Quilly. Then you're gonna see Neely with Duke and Quilly. And then you're also gonna see Neely with Marv and Quilly. So first of all, I have to mention that in all these battle reports, we are using all these heroes with the level 5 exclusive skill. And in order to be able to do so many battles, so many tests, of course I had to use the truck heist. So therefore I'm gonna show you basically the last attack and today's opponent, which is this person right here. Sadly I cannot pronounce your name, buddy, but a shout out to you. But he is from server 3356, and yes, all 5 of these tank marches are tested versus this setup, what you're seeing on the screen. And I also saw in the messages on YouTube that you guys also wanted to see how the tanks nowadays performs versus the Navy. So here is his setup. So his Duke is level 5, his Zen is level 5, and his Jester is level 5. Let's have a look briefly on his Navy stats. So 4-2 and 3-9, 453 damage increase, 406 damage decrease. These are my tank stats right there. And let's also have a look at the DEF. So we're gonna have a look at the DEF of his Navy, 45.9%, and the DEF of my army, which is 34.5%. And of course you also see I'm slightly higher than him when it comes down to the DEF of all units. So this is our opponent today, guys. So bear in mind, people, till today it was actually very difficult to find the best way possible to test these heroes and to test as many setups as possible, as fast as possible, and in the most accurate way. Because by the way, if you checked your email, if you see this right here, means that Rework Game is bringing now a new tool which will allow us to test the heroes, and that should be presumably up tomorrow. So anyways, beautiful people, we're gonna start with the worst performance possible from these 5 marches which I have mentioned. And of course you are seeing now slowly rolling on the screen, yes, Poe, Marv and Snake Eyes. And you see there 20 battle reports in total. So the best performance possible was when my opponent still had 53% of his units left on his march. Worst performance possible when my opponent literally had still 82% of his units left. And that brings us to an average performance of this march of 63% units still left on my opponent. So for this ranking, again, please take in consideration that the lower this average number is, the better the march performance will gonna be. So good, let's go to rank number 4. And slowly you are seeing here, yes, Poe, Striker and Snake Eyes, because as we said, Striker and Snake Eyes definitely have a nice synergy. And the best performance possible is when my opponent still had 50% of his units left alive, and the worst performance possible was when my opponent still had 78% of his units left alive. Now you're seeing here the average march performance being also 63%. It's actually slightly better than Marv together with Poe and Snake Eyes. That's why you see Poe, Striker and Snake Eyes being on rank number 4. And now we are coming to top 3. So what you're seeing now on the screen is Neely with Shinji, by the way, and Quilly, because you guys also requested me to test Mr. Shinji on the tanks. So the best performance possible is when my opponent still had 47% of his units left alive. The worst performance possible was when my opponent still had 65% of his units left alive, which brings us, of course, to an average performance of this march of 58%, which is definitely kind of better. Good. let's have a look at rank number 2. And here you are seeing indeed Neely with Duke and with Mr. Quilly. And the best performance possible was when my opponent still had 37% of his units left alive, and the worst performance possible is when my opponent still had 65% of his units left alive. But that brings us to an average March performance for Neely, Duke and Quilly of 54%. Good. So now let's come to rank number 1, which is definitely Neely with Marv and Quilly, and this is Thursday, meaning this is still before Friday's patch. And I think Marv will get slightly better, but of course, no point to speculate. I will definitely gonna test it tomorrow morning after River Game has rolled out the patch. So let's have a look at the performance of these 20 battle reports. The best performance possible was when my opponent still had 36% of his units left alive, and the worst performance possible was when my opponent still had 64 of his units left alive. And this brings us to the best average performance possible right now, which is 51%. So this definitely right now looks like the best setup possible when it comes down to these heroes all having level 5 exclusive skills. Because from the level 7 exclusive skill, the March performances will always be kind of different. So anyways, beautiful people, this is pretty much everything I wanted to share with you in this episode. I hope you guys enjoy it. I hope these kind of episodes help you guys in order to decide, do I need this hero? Do I 5-star this new hero or not? You should definitely take this opportunity right now and unlock Marv with gems, because that's 100% free. Everybody should do that. Then other than this, yeah, don't forget to support what supports you back. That is me by answering your DMs. That's me also by uploading absolutely awesome videos every single day on this YouTube channel. And that's also me, which now has started to stream also on Twitch. And there, dear beautiful people, I still need your support. And all you have to do is click 2 times, 1 time on the link, which sends you to my channel on Twitch, and the second very important click is on that button over there, which is the follow button. Everything is absolutely free, and it helps me far more than you can actually imagine. So beautiful people, thank you very much for watching, and I'm gonna see you in the next episode. And yeah, if you have any other questions, please leave them in the comments. I will gonna try my best to answer them as soon as possible. Thank you very much, people. Have a fantastic day or fantastic evening. Ciao.